What if I told you to explain sin, all you needed was scissors and a regular old piece of rope? Let me show you how it works, all right? We're going to take 2 pieces of rope. And I'll talk in a minute about what you can say, but all we're going to do is we're going to cut it. 2 pieces of rope. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this now cut rope and we're going to cover it in our hands. And then, very carefully, we're going to pull. We're going to pull. And what do we have? A restored rope. Perfectly restored with no issues. You want to know how it's done? Well, let me show you. So, we have a rope. Alright, this is not a trick rope. It's very easy to do. So let me explain the object lesson as I show you the secrets. So, whether you're talking about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, or whether you're just teaching on sin, this is a fantastic way to talk about how sin separates us from God. So when we were created, we were made perfect, whole and connected with God. But what happens is we choose to do our own thing. And so what we have to do is then we sin. We don't have to sin, we do sin. It's a choice we make. We choose to disobey God. And when we choose to disobey God, sin separates us from Him. And there is nothing that we can do about that. That sin will keep us separated from Him forever. No matter how hard we try, I can't put these 2 back together. I can't sew them back together. There's nothing I can do to make this rope perfect again. But we read in John, and we read in the book of Romans, that God had a plan to send His only Son into the world. And He took all of our sin, and He paid for it on the cross, so that we could have a chance to be right with God again, to be connected to God, and so that we could have a chance to go to heaven. Now what's the trick? Well, I have the cut rope in my hand. Here's what I did. When I started, I went like this, and when I bring this up, I actually grab the other piece under here, and I pull that one up. So what I'm cutting is not the original. I'm not cutting this. This is going to stay right like it is. I'm actually going to cut this. So that's why I grab this and I pull this up and then I cut it. And then you want to be careful which 2 you pull down at this point. But you pull this one down and you pull this outside one down. And so now what you're holding on to is just a little piece of rope. So then if you want to, you can tie this. I didn't. I just covered in my hand. And then all you're going to do is slide it off. So if you noticed at the end, if you watch the video again, when I went like this, I just kept my hands closed because in one hand is the rope. Now depending if you're in front of kids and you don't have a chance, then when you're done, you know, you can just take all this rope, put it in your hand, put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, put it in your Sunday school bag, and the kids never have to know. Of course, if you're like me, all the kids are like, how did you do that? How did you do that? How did you do that? And well, let's be honest, more often than not, I end up telling them. But it's a great object lesson for explaining sin, and one I want you to practice a couple times, and then I want you to use it. And let me know how it goes, all right? I'm Nathan from Better Bible Teachers. Links below for all the details, and I will catch you next time.